Hello. So how are you today? How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Fine, and you?
Great.
Personally, I'm
Good,
fine.
thanks.
Thank you.
That's great. I'm very glad to hear that. So, and what are your expectations from our workshop?
Hi.
Thank you.
It's difficult to say about expectations. Personally, I don't have either yet. Let us start and maybe we'll find out on the way.
Okay, right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome, and I'll share my screen with you. Can you see well?
Yep.
Yeah, great. So,
Yes, I can.
you're most welcome to our workshop, choosing the course on Vimbox. Yes. And here there is a little information about me. You have seen it in the webinar. Yes. And our rules. Yes. Please do participate. It's very important. It's highly valuable. And don't forget to submit your post-workshop task within 7 days. At the end of our webinar, we'll discuss what you need to do. Any questions so far? Okay, so this is our agenda. And recently I've added the first item to it because some of you might have some pressing issues, some pressing questions you'd like to discuss. So you're most welcome. Anything so far?
May I ask
Yes,
a question?
you're most welcome.
Thank you. So this topic is very relevant, of course, choosing the course of Vimbox, but what to do if many courses are being deleted and there are fewer and fewer courses appearing. So for example, I've been teaching here since April, and I've used such courses as job interview, games, general for you, general for work, and what I'm speaking about, they are all gone.
Well, general for you, general for work, and general, all general, these are the same courses. We have a new course for job interview. I think games are still there. At least we have, instead of them, light video practice, news, like in the media. We have a lot of things to pay attention to. And you've said another course.
Job interview.
Job interview, we have a new one.
Yeah, but the old one was also very good.
Yes, I agree. The old courses were also very, very good. But what I want to say is that the platform is still very rich. At first, I was shocked. And then when I started to study it, yes, I saw that we can find a lot of substitutes. So, have you watched the webinar?
Yes, of course.
Yes,
and half of the courses covered in the webinar have been deleted so far or will be deleted this month. Like Tony Robbins, like games.
They haven't changed. So have you watched the webinar with me or no?
No, with Marina.
Oh, yes. This is an old webinar. I have made a new one. They haven't changed it. When they change it, I'll send you a link, and could you please have a look at it? Because there I spoke about new courses, but then very briefly, just a second, just what we can have. Let me. So for general courses, yes, now we have new general, and in Kids Junior, there is also a course called General New. And if you go a little bit lower, in Kids Junior, there is spoken 12 facts about me. Although they are set in a teenagers context, you can use them with your adult students. They're pretty nice. Grammar activating is simply great. The best present continuous I found on our platform. News, yes. All these things are just open to us. Add them to your lessons. All of them are really great. If you have now questions, because I'll be very quick, please ask. I can comment on each of the courses. For business, we have new business and we have lots of business situations. There is a wonderful course, presentations. I really like it, and it's for all levels. In spite of being written for pre-intermediate, now you can take it. The higher level, the more interesting it will be with you. It will be for you, sorry. No, just pick course you know. There is nothing to add here, nothing new. Oh, I can. No. Then let's go just a second. This way it will be better. Then for listening. For listening, you can have these 3 courses plus video practice. In everywhere we have recordings. Reading. As you can see, again, audiobooks, 2 yes, targets, articles, life hacks. Audiobooks is a great course for students to listen to tell you. Then, look for writing. Yes, writing is a little bit underrepresented so far. We have only writing assignments, and it's not exam writing. Yes. Here, these are the topics from this course. It's study abroad, writing assignments. Yes, here you can learn how to structure a paragraph, how to write an essay. Then grammar. Oh, grammar, like 6 courses, 7. Pay attention to grammar games, kids junior, because this course, our students often have problems with irregular verbs. There are games there to help them practicing. Vocabulary and phonetics, not a lot, unfortunately, still in legato sections, and in general English, we have connected speech and interjections. Specialized courses, I think no comments here. Exam. And breaking the routine, my favorite section. It's like what to do when about the courses which disappeared. Yes. Have you tried light quests? Wow, holidays. In holidays, there is a birthday lesson for your students. Now you don't have to prepare anything. Video practice. Then in the section other, you have a wonderful warm up and cool down section. For unusual home tasks, you have English marathon. And
excuse me.
Yes.
Would it be possible to send this presentation to us later? So for us not to.
Yes, I think I'll do it. I'll do something. Unfortunately, it will take me some time, but within a week, I'll try to do the presentation. Because when I downloaded it from the Miro, it was of a bad quality. So I'll need to think how to do it. And for your upper intermediate and advanced students, there is a course in general English called Interactive Video, where the students will learn that you are not really teachers, you are mentors from a spy organization. And you'll learn what happens next. You'll save the world by the end of this course. Okay, that's it. A very brief introduction. So I'll check when they will get this new recording Yes, and I'll send you this information in our group in the chat. Mhm. Thank you, Kirill. Thank you so much for asking a question, please. Other questions?
May I ask another question just very quickly? The continuation of my previous question. Which courses are here to stay? Which courses will not be deleted so that we can take them and be sure that while we study them with our students, there won't be any surprises with them? Thank you.
So if it's written that it's going to be closed, then it's going to be closed. If nothing is written, then it will be open. Only I'm not sure about video practice and audiobooks. There can be changes with them, maybe there won't be. Everything else is fine from the information I have so far. Is any other questions? Okay, if any questions, you're most welcome. And please, now it's your time to talk. I've been talking too much. Please answer the questions, just speak up.
Can I?
Yes, welcome.
Well, we need to use different courses because our students have different sorts of interests. Some of them are interested in scientific topics, some of them are interested in human communication, and others are interested in foreign cultures, for example, and they want to get some more information about foreign cultures. And apart from that, it helps them to progress because when we make the material interesting for the student remembers more than if the material is dull and boring, because their brain releases a chemical called serotonin that basically links the neurons together, and it helps them to recall some interesting moments in their life, and that makes them to feel happy, basically. And apart from that, it can actually positively contribute to their careers as well. For example, I have a lot of students from IT sphere, and they basically all concentrate on work. And when we choose work-related things and when we discuss work-related things, then they actually encounter those cases at their workplace and when they deal with foreign companies, and basically it helps them to solve many problems, many communication problems they had before.
That's right. Absolutely right. Thank you so much. Right.
My pleasure.
Thank you. The first question.
I'd love to say that, okay, I was watching probably your presentation with Marina, and according to the information presented there, the general course is among the most popular and most frequently used by the teachers. I guess, well, new general here will be for adults, will be the correct one. And yeah, the statistics brought us a kind of shocking numbers that like 2/3 of teachers use only general course and don't mix it with others, which, as the previous speaker said, well, this is not appropriate.
Well, there isn't much difference between our recordings. Only Marina speaks, for example, about Tony Robinson, and I don't speak. So that is, I don't. The only difference is that I don't mention the courses which are being closed. That's all.
Yeah, well, I was just wanted to point that then they named just general, but not new general, and new general was one of the recommendations to use it.
Yes. Right. And the third question, please.
Okay, let me answer. So we need to do needs analysis before changing or combining the course.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So, and needs analysis. This is what we are going to cover very, very quickly, because sometimes you go through a lesson and you feel it's not enough. You need something more. What to do in such a case? Please agree or disagree with any statement.
My
Mhm.
I think students may think that they know what they should do, but obviously they're not professionals in this area. So we may gently push them to the right decision and explain why this is so. And if we are successful in this, we can combine, change, adapt, and so on.
Mhm. That's right. Thank you. Right. Please.
May I?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, so I agree that students sometimes get trapped in their stereotypes. Well, and I suppose all the time we are trying softly, I guess, in a soft way, we are trying to persuade them. Well, here I agree totally.
Mhm. Right. Thanks.
And we can also do the progress check from time to time to reevaluate the students' needs and wants and haves also.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, it's very curious that when I found that Aloha lessons, I started doing it with my student, and actually, what she needed at first when she came at science, now there wasn't a very urgent goal, and we needed to evaluate it, and she was happy to find her goal again. A new one.
Yes. Thank you. That's right. Please, anything to add here?
Can I?
Yes, and then Marina, please.
I would say like maybe sorry for the mask. I'm in the school actually right now.
Okay.
In a public school, so I'm obliged to wear the mask. Basically, I would say that we gotta listen to our students because they're coming with their goals. With only they know what they need, right? What they really need, right? So it's like they're going to. But I mean, it's not like I think we gotta listen to our students because they will tell us what result they want. Yeah, like I have a new job, I want to understand the memos, or I have a new job, I want to understand my boss who's like a native speaker, right? And then we gotta come up with our suggestions saying like, okay, cool, then we should focus on this, and that. Yeah. So I think it should be some kind of like a work with your student, like you got to listen first and then come up with a plan, Yeah.
Right you are. Right you
That's
are.
it.
Thank you. Yes, Alina.
Yes, thank you. I actually trust my students because I mostly teach grown-ups, never taught kids. And I trust they know what they actually need and to try to keep my ear perky. But I agree with the last statement here because nothing is carved in stone. Quite often life changes in its course, like with pandemic, for example. Recently, we've had a chance, right, to learn it kind of harshly. So I try to state some like milestones for my students and then analyze their needs from time to time because lots of them are also IT guys and some of them are people who wanted to relocate at some point, but actually their goals have been postponed by the pandemic. And yeah, quite often we have to stop and delve more detailed into something whilst we can before their relocation. So yeah, I suppose that we've been taught on needs analysis webinar workshop that we have to reevaluate every 8 lessons, and I actually agree, maybe like every 10 lessons, but still from time to time, maybe every quarter of a year, but we have to ask them, what if something changed? Sometimes things change. So yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. Anything to add? Okay, then very briefly, we'll look at 2 following slides because I want to have more time for our rules discussion. Please look at this information, and if it's useful, just remember it. And it will be in the presentation for the workshop. Finished here? Okay.
I actually have one, if you don't mind.
Yes, yes, of course.
I would say the majority of my students, first and foremost, they hate essays. If I start asking them what kind of home tasks they prefer, they always say like everything but an essay. They also hate recordings, like at least a huge pool of my students who have some kind of speech impediment or difficulties with their fluency, they actually hate recordings, but they at least understand their necessity. With essay, they say something like, I've had enough in school and uni, yeah, and it's difficult to persuade them that writing could also be necessary, at least for some formalities, paperwork filling in some forms, maybe, I don't know, getting some appointments and so on. And, you know, actually, partly they are right. I also hate filing formal documents and so on. It's difficult to persuade them, whilst I also hate not only filling them, but also checking. That's kind of difficult. If you have any clues, like how to, I would be grateful. Thank you.
Just work, unfortunately, there is no way to. Any clues how to check? Or any clues how to make them?
No, I include how to persuade that essays are also necessary, that writing should be a part of learning process.
Well, you know that there are mentors in our school, yes, who can help you solve some problems. Come with this question, okay? Because it's a question which needs time to answer, right? Okay, what else you can do? You can basically ask your students to write these answers to these 4 questions, give them a lot of time, and then ask them to comment. Sometimes ideas crystallize. And now we are going to work in rooms. Yes, and this is how your task is going to look like. You are not supposed to see it well, it's fine. So the first, you will have 3 tasks. Your first task will be to choose the questions which are relevant for analyzing students' needs. The second task, you will have a case which you will read through and analyze. And the third task is a listening task where you will listen to the case and solve the problem presented there. Just a second. This is how it will all look. And we have information. I have information for group 1 and group 2. So you can choose whatever group you want. And if time remains, you can go to the second group case. Because I think we're going to have 18 minutes for this task. In your chat, you have a link to the document. Please check it if it's accessible. And you are most welcome to the rooms.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hello.
Any questions?
Have you all read the questions?
Yeah, I'm sorry, are we group 1 or group 2?
It doesn't matter. You can be both groups if we have enough time.
Oh, okay, good. So let's start with the case number 1, right? So what questions do you girls think the
So I
best?
think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the
Six.
fifth question, what are your main 3 reasons for learning English?
Okay.
And probably the 6th, what do you find most difficult when learning English?
Yeah, of course, I agree.
I think the 4th is also okay because it's their ultimate goal, maybe. No.
Yeah.
Oh, how about you? Preferred learning style. Learning style. Why not? And then we need just what to do. I didn't get the point. We need to find the possible course.
Yes.
Of
You read the
person.
case.
Okay. The information is given as students 3 books, right? I mean, about the person. Oh, I can't see it very well. Just a second. How can we?
Just a second. I'll make it bigger.
A little bit.
Is it better now?
The same.
Okay, then go to the scale on your page, because on my page it's now big. You can change the scale of the document.
How can I do it?
Now, is it better or no change?
Okay, I guess I will try to read.
Just a second, I'll share my screen.
Deadlines.
Please, here, you can change here the document settings.
I see. Okay. Well, I lost the link. It was in chat. Okay.
I'll send it in your chat again. It's in your chat.
Yeah, found him. Okay.
We have an order. And I guess it's just apart from someone's lesson, I guess. So can you hear?
Maybe it's intended for later. I just.
Yeah, but I think it's just a part of some lessons. So where student discusses not relevant topic. Where teacher and student discuss not relevant.
Maybe, I don't know. Have you started listening to it?
Yep, so I'm playing it now. Can you hear?
I can.
Do you think that your mind is typical too?
Okay, so it's IT connected, I guess, yes?
Well,
maybe some part of it can be also business situations
perhaps.
and communication.
Well, she actually writes to the team lead and
emailing. There is a mini course emailing or something like this, if you remember, in business situations, I mean.
Yes, that's just for writing, but
she writes.
She hesitates to speak whenever teacher uses hot error correction, basically. So.
Yeah, but maybe it's her just the same with her native language. It's not about the language itself. Who knows? Yes.
Ask how. Maybe what are your main 3 reasons for learning English if we don't know yet? And what do you find most difficult when learning English? But here we have, I think, one more problem. We should show the student her progress. Yeah. For example, we take the speaking course, and then after 4 lessons, we should show what has she reached. How can we do this? Maybe you have any ideas? Progress check.
There is always progress, of course, like progress check, and of course to cause the interest in the student. When they are less stressed, they are able to speak a while, let's say like this.
Okay. All right. Maybe we should move on if we discussed all.
We have a listening.
Know about in advance.
I warned the
And
manager.
I didn't know about anything about emails.
I'm sorry, I
First of all,
warned.
I heard was that you work in a hotel industry. That was the only thing that
I
would like to do.
At least, you know, maybe her hobbies will clarify us what she likes, if
Yeah,
even
what
we
she
are
likes.
choosing the topic, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Traveling's just typical hobby, but maybe topics for discussion, what interest her, would just stir her attention.
There are a few cases. Can we ask you a question,
Sure, of
please?
course.
Shall we also discuss two questions from the slide, like how relevant is the course and how to solve the problem?
Yes,
because it's
of course.
obvious that this student was extremely unhappy and even, I would say, aggravated with her teacher. Maybe it's already the point of no return here. I don't know how to solve when she already reached this like threshold of being upset. Sometimes like you maybe can, I don't know, feel helpless for a moment. I would.
Yes, right. For example, what's next? What's the next step?
Maybe saying like, let's try to calm down for a bit, like breathe in, breathe out, and try to like stop shouting that I'm not addressing your girls properly, and please maybe open the card with all the courses and choose whichever of them would make you happy. Like maybe like show and tell for kids. Please show me and tell. Why are you
not?
so unhappy?
Why not?
Maybe
the sound different. We're just avoiding it, and I don't know why.
Basis of the vocabularies, which means that anyway, any kind of material is, maybe we can make it relevant for the student. We just need to explain to the student what is the purpose and what is the advantage of this activity that she or he is doing. You can use the same text, for example, to present some grammar material for her, which is also a very important part of the language.
Okay, then. So this second audio seemed pretty okay to me. There was no aggression. The student was speaking about that they need business vocabulary. She needs to work in an international company, to be a trainer in that company and hold trainings in English, but she only received training herself in Russian.
Okay, welcome back. So how was your discussion? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, sure.
Lively discussion.
Okay, please, any questions so far?
I have a question about number 3. Task, should we just discuss how bad it was or what?
You should have discussed what could be done or how bad it was. Actually, it's some material for thought, yes. Okay, and now let's have a look at our final task. So what you'll do, you'll slowly read it, and if any questions, you are most welcome.
Sorry, final task.
Yes, it's a final task. The link will be in the chat.
Oh.
Any questions?
I don't see.
Yeah,
sorry, I don't see any link as well.
Yeah.
No, the link will be in the chat.
Oh,
So far,
okay.
can you see my screen?
No, there is only
We can see
Skype
Skype
screen.
dialog.
Oh, why? Just a second, please.
Yeah.
I'll begin the demonstration again. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Sorry, what should we do again?
This is the final task. The third question.
Okay. It's clear.
Yeah.
But there is no new link to it. There is only old link to the cases.
I will send it after our webinar.
Oh, okay. After it's over. Okay.
Yes, after it's over. That's right. So any questions here?
No.
No. Okay, then. So let's talk about your takeaways from our webinar, from our discussions.
Our impressions, yeah.
Your takeaways, like what do you have learned, what was useful for you, or maybe wasn't useful?
For example, I learned some new courses that I haven't used so far. It's maybe a light. And okay, I like audiobooks, but I didn't use it with the students. I used it for myself. Now I'm going to use it for my students as well. And we were discussing the case with listening. What should teacher do? Continue with the lesson or just change the lesson? And okay, we were discussing and then the room closed. I asked my colleagues whether they would change in this case. And I didn't listen the answer, so maybe we can discuss now. It was first a group.
Your colleagues can answer just what they think.
Because I think there are more experienced teachers here than me, and maybe.
So it's the first case, yes? The first group
Yeah, the
listening.
first case.
So what would you do in this case, please? The first listening.
Who should they? Those who were with Lucine in the group, or
just anyone?
No, anyone. Your experience, maybe.
Was it listening?
Yeah.
Yes, listening, first group.
Okay, I've already shared in my group. So I had this situation when my student refused she didn't like to talk about sport, and I prepared sport. So I it was a difficult situation, going to be difficult. So I changed this course, and I have a couple of courses that are I always use in this case. It's like WOW or holidays or something like light that I know. And also I know her interest. She likes Avengers and Star Wars. So I knew where this material about this. So she was funny. She was happy about that. She forgot about her problem. So everything was solved. And I think Christina also shared her experience. And it was interesting for me.
Yeah, you mean that one when I asked the student to send me the list of
yes.
So yeah, I usually ask my students on the first lesson to send me the list of the topics they like to discuss, right? So their interests, their hobbies, and if we have some troubles in the lesson and something that they don't want to discuss, so I usually choose something from that, and we have just a kind of conversation discussing one of those things. Yeah, so it helps me when some tough situations arise, right?
Okay, and maybe I can ask one more question. Is it right to go back and change the lesson right away that we have opened this lesson? Is it right to change it?
If the student really doesn't want to talk about this topic, yes, what do you think? It will cause unpleasant situations. The student may refuse to answer you, right? Why not change into news, light, yes, WOW lessons, quests. In quests, we have a wonderful English module for elementary and pre-intermediate. Very interesting.
For the first case, it would be relevant to use spoken course as well.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for the question.
I wanted to add just, I have experience of one student who I really don't know what topic might be interesting for him. Even I know his interest, but when he presented himself, he didn't say much about that. And that's for this case, I have 3 extra possibilities. And if I see on his face that the face shows everything, and okay, we'll try another, such a way.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, for being active, for participating, for sharing your incredible experience, your really valuable experience. So everything will be in our chat, and you're most welcome to ask me any questions if you have. And then that's all for today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice day.
Bye. Nice day.